All right, welcome back. Here we are in week two, getting your real estate license. Um, you know, before you get your real estate license, I think you need to put some thought if this is something that you really want to do. I think a lot of people look at real estate and they say, "Oh man, I'm gonna make a lot of money," and even though that can possibly be true, I don't think that's the reason you should get into real estate. I think real estate should be something that you're passionate about. I think it's something that you want to do, that you would like to do, that you would like to excel, that you would like to get great at. But I don't think money should be your first motivator. Some people may differ on that thought, but you need to think it through. For example, I know somebody says, "Hey, I want to do this. I want to get into it," but I know this person, and when you think about if you're relying on a week-to-week paycheck and you have to pay your bills, this is probably not the job for you. Not if you're relying on a paycheck week to week. So one of the reasons I'm able to do this is because I think I'm financially secured in that, I have some build up. I can take my time at this. Not everybody has that. So you want to make certain what's your motivation. What is it? Is this something you really want to do? And if you really want to do it, you're gonna find a way, and you will make this work. So I don't want to discourage anybody, but don't take this as a I'm gonna get my real estate license, and next month I'm gonna be raking in some money, and I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just trying to be real. We are in a very tough situation where interest rates have been, elevated very high, and it scares away buyers. And a lot of buyers are putting on hold, and they're waiting for rates to get down so then they can move. All the meanwhile, there are houses selling and there are houses moving, but it's a really tough market. So, what's your motivation? And that should answer whether you want to get into this or not, but this should be something that you're passionate about. Should be something that you want to do. Don't take it as a, I'm gonna get in today and, next year, I'm buying a yacht. It's just not gonna happen. I'm be real with you. So, first of all, you need to get a license, right? So, the route I chose is I went to Tampa School of Real Estate. They didn't pay me for an advertisement. I'm just saying I chose that route. I think they have a good program. I had a good teacher there, and recrammed one book. That thing was about this thick, about that thick. And the book was that big, and it's as big as an extra large Bible. It's that big, and there's just a lot of information. That thing has, I forget how many chapters that thing has. I think it was 9 chapters, but it's mostly a lot to do with laws and bylaws, and it's really a lot of how to stay out of trouble, what certain requirements are, what you're required to do, what you should not do, and that's the most of it. So it's a 2-part portion. Some are state laws and some are federal laws. So what I did was I highlighted state laws with one marker, and I highlighted federal laws with another marker, and that's how I studied my book. I had it all marked out, and that's the way I did it. And they crammed that whole 63 hours into 1 week. And I took a test and passed it on my first try. I also know that there were people there at the same school, and the teacher came back to me and was like, Mario, this person this is third time and he failed again, and I'm like, and they were less than half my age. So, I just thank God for everything. So I studied, I put in the work, and I passed the test. So the next thing is you're gonna take your state test. So you sign up here. I forget what they call it. Parson View. Parson View. It's some agency that the state deals with, and you take the test through them. You go to a college site, and you take your test. You pay your fee. By the way, I was saying I was going to mention about the cost. So here's what the cost is. So the in-person cost was actually $500, but when I went in that first day, she said, because you call today, there's a 20% discount. If you pay right now, I'll give you a 20% discount. So I actually got that. I took that 63-hour course for $399 on that day. The course is regular $500. If you do an online course, it could be about half that cost. So between $200 and $250 is what an online course is going to cost you. So there you go about what it costs to take that first exam. I took the in-person course because they give me a book, they give me a material, I can bring it home and read. I can also get online and log in and do what they call it, when you take a test, you can take a simulator test of 100 questions, and you can see how many you get right, how many you get wrong. It also tells you where you are, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. So I found out that my weaknesses was in the math portion. So what I did, I went on YouTube. I found this lady called Karen Kramer from Orlando. She has these little short clips, and they play back to back about the math portion about the state test, and they are very, very good, very informative. I just watched a whole lot back to back, took some notes, and repeated them again. If I didn't understand it, hold on, wait a minute, let me rewind, let me repeat that. So because it's like a 3-minute video, I'll just put it back again, and I'll put it back again. So, I watch Karen Kramer videos. There's this lady with the Magnolia School of Real Estate. She is very, very good at explaining real estate. So I did books, and I did YouTube. Books and YouTube. Books and YouTube. Then I went and took my state test. Don't wait long, especially if you pass your 63-hour course and you passed and your teacher grades it for you and you are above 80, don't wait for a long time to take the course because you're scared, because you want to prepare more. No, study, and take your test. Because what you need, I think you need a 75 to pass. And I passed it. They never told me what I actually got. But my suggestion is don't wait. Don't take too long. So there you go. You take your test, and then I think I'm gonna do selecting a brokerage on the next video. I'll break it apart because I don't want the videos to be too long. So if you're ready for this is something you want to do, choose how you want to study, whether it be online, whether it be good. Make sure this is something that you want to do. Don't spend $400 just to quit after 6 months, or whatever the cost is. I mean, even if you're spending half that, with an online course, spend your money wisely. Don't go in there and and then you're not gonna put in the extra work that you need. Give it an effort, give it a full go. And whether it be part-time or whatever you choose to do it, but think about the process and think about, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. Don't give up. So I'm gonna cut this video because I want to take the choosing a brokerage into a video by itself. It won't be long. Obviously, you can see who I'm with by the shirt I'm wearing, but I'll tell you why I chose Keller Williams. They're not paying me for this either, but I just want to, make it real for you on, who to choose, and I'm gonna just be frank. So I'll see you on the next video.